Hello and welcome to the Musical Instrument Investigator. Today we're on the website of Thomson Roddick Callan Auctioneers based in the UK. We're going to have a look at their latest auction, which does contain some musical instruments, about 51 lots in total. This is a larger auction which has art and things like that, but we're just going to have a look at the musical instrument section. This particular auction is finishing on the 19th of October. It is the 30th of September today, so a few days left to go. I'll put a link in the description. Looks like the buyer's premium on this auction is 24%. Unless you're buying online, then it's 27.6, which is not too bad. Auction finishes on the 19th of October, so that's a bit of time. Bear in mind import-export fees if you're looking to bid away from the UK and shipping and all of that stuff. Also possibly CITES restrictions. Other than that, just have a look and see what you think. There will be a link in the description. If you do like these videos, please consider subscribing, like or comment, because it really does help quite a lot. So without further ado, let's just get on with it really and see what we have, because we've only got 51 lots, so it probably won't take us too long. So we've got a Layanti 48 button concertina here, £300 to £500. So I think if you've watched these auction videos that I do enough, you'll know that these are always popular and they always sell pretty well. Just one photo there. Got a nickel mounted flute by Metzler and Co of Greater Marlborough Street, London, £200 to £400. So we've got a few more pictures on this particular one. I think people in the know of these kind of instruments will probably understand better the value of these things than I will, but anyway, it looks nicer than a lot of the other stuff that we see. Now we've got an Bonneville Paris Rosewood Piccolo here, silvered keys, £200 to £300. Also looks fairly nice, so that's a good start to the auction. Got a Ruddle Rosencart Rosewood flute. This one £800 to £1,200 here, so it's fairly substantial. We've got some bows here. Violin bow, round stick, nickel mounted, weight 59 grams. Okay, so we've got frog and the head pictures, which is fair enough. 60 to 80, not the greatest pictures, but not bad. They are probably good enough to tell what's going on. We've got a violin bow here. This looks like a fairly generic one. 60 to 80 seems a bit on the high side. Silver mounted violin bow here. Stamped Paquot or Frere Paris, interesting. Okay, 100 to 150, probably worth looking at in person. Violin bow, round stick, red brown colour. Absolutely going mad today. 80 to 120, also seems a bit over the top. Silver mounted cello bow by Conrad Gotts, 200 to 400. Hard to say, I guess that's probably okay. Got stuff is not super high end, or at least some of it isn't, but might be okay. Silver mounted Eugenio Praga violin bow. Okay, interesting. £300 to £500 there. And then we've got a violin bow of the French school, octagonal stick, plain frog, 100 to 150. French violin bow of the Malines school, round stick. Okay, £200 to £400. Interesting looking bow. It looks like they've must have consulted someone for this auction. Two violin bows, £200 to £300. Some of this seems a little bit high. Right, we're on to instruments. So, an Italian violin by Eugenio Praga, 1899, labelled as such. £3,000 to £5,000. Well, I hope that they have consulted an expert about this. Sometimes auction houses get a little bit carried away. It looks like an interesting violin. A few more bits of information. Varnished Whitelaw's Cremona Amber Varnish, Glasgow. Okay, interesting. Bit of an odd one. Don't know this maker. If anyone knows anything about it, please let me know. Violin of the Steiner School. Okay. Estimate 1,000 to 1,500. That's the back there. Kind of interesting instrument. So we'll see how it goes with that one. French violin by Colin Mazat, 1899. These are always popular. 3 to 5,000, looks nice enough. People seem to really love these, and that one looks like a nice enough instrument. Okay, Louis Lowendahl violin. So this is a trade violin of maybe a slightly better quality than your average. 1,000 to 1,500 there. French violin by G. Fournier, 1888, 500 to 700. Doesn't look too bad. What else do we have here? German violin, Louis Lowendahl again, 1,000 to 1,500. I think that is a bit much, really. English violin of the Betts School, circa 1800, 1,000 to 1,500. Let's see if we can get a bit of a better picture of what's going on here. Kind of looks fairly curious. Not amazingly interesting. I'm not 100% sure about that kind of attribution here. It's labelled John Betts. I would be a little bit sceptical of that, but if there's anyone that knows more, please do let me know. Double violin case here, 30 to 50. Got an A.T. Howson phono fiddle. Do you occasionally see those? 60 to 80. I think Howson did some other kind of bizarre shaped things as well. German cello by Konrad Gotz, 1974. Fairly standard, 2 to 3. I guess that's probably okay. Stentor Andreas Teller double bass, 6 to 800. I'm not sure what these kind of go for. Seems possibly a bit expensive. Ludwig Kenmore tenor banjo, 800 to 1,200, circa 1920. Once again, not really very up on banjos. Clifford Essex Paragon 5-string banjo. A lot of the estimates 1,800 to 2,200. They're just a bit high, the estimates in this auction, in my opinion. Burns of London TR2 guitar, 1963, 6 to 800. Not sure exactly what the older Burns guitars go for, but this does feel like that might be a little bit pricey as well. Gibson ES 330 TD, 1964, 8 to 12. Well, that is quite high, but I think given the age of it, maybe that is not a million miles away. So you'd probably want a bit more information about that guitar, I think, if you were going to bid on it. Fender Squier Stratocaster, 60 to 8. That's kind of fair enough. With a Floyd Rose, that's interesting. Hohner Arbor electric guitar there, 50 to 70. That's all fine. Fender Squier Stage Master, 6-string in red with a Floyd Rose. Oh, that's quite curious. Ibanez 6-string guitar there, 40 to 60. Kramer 6-string electric guitar. Okay. And Ibanez RG Series 320. 80 to 120. We're not seeing anything crazy here. Aria Pro 2 Series electric guitar. This kind of crackle finish. 60 to 80. Pink and black coloured 6-string electric guitar. 30 to 40. Okay. Sun Mustang by Fender. There you go, 40 to 60. I always comment on these because they are crazy heavy. Marlin Sidewinder there, 30 to 40. And Ibanez 6-string guitar, fairly standard. And now I think we have a few amps. Got a Marshall 8412 amp and cab, Marshall VS 412, speaker cabinet and amplifier. Okay, interesting. Marshall DFX guitar amp there with another kind of cabinet. Laney Ironhead, Laney C15, Jet City 50. Those are quite popular for a while actually, those Jet City amps. 50 to 80, that's pretty fair. Tech 21 guitar amp. Boss Katana 50 combo, these are quite popular as well. Engel Gigmaster here. PV Viper. Yamaha speaker system. Okay, interesting, with some kind of pedal and then some speakers, and that is essentially it. That is the Thomson Roddick Callan auction that's happening on the 19th of October. A couple of interesting things, I'd say. This Gibson guitar is pretty interesting. If you're into banjos, the Clifford Essex one is probably quite interesting. In terms of other instruments that I think are probably worth looking at a bit more, quite like this French violin by Fournier. Colin Mazar, I guess, is a standard one. Be interesting to look at this Steiner school instrument and this supposed Italian violin in more detail. A couple of the bows are okay. Some nice kind of flutes here, actually, a nice concertina, so not a bad auction. Put a link in the description as always. Check it out, see what you think. Many thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.